Hello, I'm Mark and welcome to Suffolk's Island and Salt Marsh. In the first or the second video I did, we looked at the river from Snape up to Aldeburgh, or at least to Barbers Point, and then I ran out of tide and we had to make a second part to the film. So here we are. This is Aldeburgh Golf Club and some of the houses along the side of the river on the northern side of the River Old. What we're going to do is go from this point round and past the Alde To Ore at Aldeburgh. In a little while the river turns to starboard and goes up into the mooring field. There's not a lot of breeze. We'd had to put in a small tack here just to get the right angle to get up the river, but then the wind went completely and we had to motor sail. So unfortunately you have got the engine sound in the background. I'd much rather just be sailing. Picked up a little bit of breeze there, but that didn't last for many seconds. Anyway, this area is marked by a weather vane. It's a white swan weather vane. I don't actually know if it still turns. I think it might be rusted up. But this is where you turn to go up the river, up towards the mooring field. And then the river turns to port and along to Alde. And it's a long way. There's a long way from this point up to Aldeburgh and beyond. It's quite surprising. We only have about 2 hours from high tide to the point where you can't get back onto the mooring at Sandy Point. So we had to do something, because as we came round here I could see the mast of what looked like a Thames barge, and sure enough it was. So we wanted to make sure that we could get down as far as this Thames barge and have a little look at it. There was no time to lose. He found a little bit of breeze coming up, but the land here will just swallow that breeze up completely, and then you can't do anything really. There's not any particular high points in the land. There is a river wall, which I suppose we were closer to, but really very, very little. But he's making a good job of it. Now we're coming up into the mooring field, and you can see that mast in the distance, in the centre of the screen now. And the Martello Tower, and some of the other boats in the mooring. And there's some lovely boats here. Some are used a lot and some are used very little. Tend to see, seems like the smaller boats are used more often than not. There's quite a large mooring field that goes on for quite some way. I've seen this boat being worked on for quite some time now, and it's lovely to see it out on the water. We're now coming up into the main part of the moorings. There's the Alde Hotel at Aldeburgh. And as we come round, this is Aldeburgh Yacht Club and Mr. Upson's yard, and the main part of the mooring field as well. Some beautiful yachts in here. There's the Martello Tower. Part of Aldeburgh. hole. Quite famous in Aldeburgh, or infamous. Right on the end of the Brudnell Hotel is Fisher's Gin Distillery. You can go and have a gin tour. Very good it is too. You still see that big mast in the distance. That's where we wanted to get to, so we've had to do everything we can. My wife on the camera.
Don't zoom in on my nose, it looks like a tomato.
It does as well. Someone else out on the river enjoying the afternoon. Upson's boatyard. And the quay. And the slip. Someone having a walk on the seawall. But he's the only one. And Aldeburgh Yacht Club. So if you're a member of Aldeburgh Yacht Club, you can sit in there and have a look over the river on a lovely afternoon like this. Couldn't be better, I would think. Well, other than to be out on the river. That's a nice little boat. And there's a Martello Tower, which is Napoleonic, and it's shaped sort of like a clover leaf, a 4-leaf clover. I think there's 4 buttresses to it, and they're to obviously make it more to withstand attack. Well, from Napoleon's armies, obviously. And there is the boat that we're trying to get a look at. And it turned out to be the Edith May. Someone else having a walk, but yeah, it turned out to be the Edith May, built in 1906. It was a London barge, and it was up here for a well, I think it was a flotilla. But there you go. I should have joined in. Hopefully next year we'll get a chance. There she is. And it is a stunning boat, so we decided we were going to have a look right round it. In our 16-foot dinghy, yes, tremendously, I don't know what the word really is. It's a formidable looking piece of kit, but stunning in its own right. Just a wonderful thing to be able to see from that angle. We're now motor sailing back up the river, just hoping for a bit of breeze, because the tide's really on the ebb.
Tide is on the ebb.
I told you it was. We've got to do our best to get back up the river before we run out of water. Troy Moran sitting there. We've now come out of Aldeburgh, and we're heading down towards Aldeburgh Yacht Club, and very shortly we'll make a turn to port, and that will take us more or less straight up towards Sandy Point and Eichel. In front of us is the golf club at the moment. No breeze whatsoever. We lived in hopes. sun has set. And at this point I saw a paddleboard, or two paddleboarders out enjoying the evening, and a lovely evening it was, and a lovely evening to be out on the river, particularly on the paddleboard, because you don't want it too choppy. This is the sun setting over Blackheath Mansion and Sandy Point. I'm glad to say we did make it back. We had to pull the centreboard up just at the last minute to get in. This is the Oiton side of the river. Anyway, there you have it. And if you like that, please like and subscribe. And tune in for the next one. Cheerio.